In like about 5 minutes, we're gonna make our first first-person maze project that you can actually scroll around. Well, technically it's not 5 minutes because there's downloads and stuff like that, but these are pretty much all the pieces. So if you go to Unity, this is where you're gonna download it. You do need an account, and it's free. If you go to the Get Started button, you click it, yay, 400 bucks per year. No, it's kind of grayed out and hidden. If you click individual, you can download Unity for free. So go and download it and install it. It's pretty straightforward, and go and create your account because it's gonna tie to your asset store account, which you tons of stuff for free. So you're gonna download it, and the kicker with running Unity, disable any VPN. I mean, I didn't know this, and it took me like a day to find out why Unity wasn't working, and some snarky guy made fun of me, you know, no VPN, you should know this. I'm like, okay, I hope that guy gets hit by a car. So let's go ahead and run Unity. So once you get installed, you're gonna be brought to a panel that looks like this. You actually can pick the version of Unity you want to run before clicking new, and you do that by doing installs. It'll probably pre-install one of these versions. If not, you do add, and it'll give you a list of all the versions. Some of the older versions run different packages differently, but just it's pretty easy. So back to projects, I created a YouTube folder where I'm gonna stick this new project in. So I'm just gonna grab this package name, and this other window pops up, whatever kind of game you want to make. We're going to do a 3D one, and inside of this folder already made, you can pick your folder wherever you want it, but we're going to call this project 03, and we're going to do create, and all kinds of magic's going to happen. Okay, so that loaded in about 1 minute. Might take longer for your machine, whatever, but I'm not going to get into all this gobbledygook, but basically, let's say this is hidden first, so I'll show you what that is because it's important. But this is the scene, these are your assets. So just to jumpstart this, in our scene, we're going to go out and right click the mouse, and we're going to create a 3D object and a plane. This is where all our stuff is going to be situated, otherwise you're going to fall to wherever. I'm going to show you 3 keys that are very important. There's the W key, that is position. You grab the little handles, and then the E key is rotation. And if you hold shift or control, it locks it into degrees. And then the R key is scaling. You grab these handles to whatever direction you want to go. Scale up our floor, and then W, I'm just going to bump this down a little bit because when we import new stuff, it's going to be below the surface of that. Okay, back to our scene. We're going to right click, add a new 3D object, and we're going to grab cube. Here's our cube, and you can notice that our cube's a little small for walls, so we're going to scale it up. Again, that's with the R key. I'm going to scale up, make kind of walls out of this, and then make them a little bit taller. And for this example, it doesn't matter if it clips below below the plane. Now we're going to go back to W so we can move it. And now, like any other software package, if you we're going to copy this. So we're going to do Control C, Control V, and now if we move, it's moving the copy. Okay. And if you do multiples by clicking one and holding Control, we selected both of them. Now if we do a Control C, Control V, we made a copy of both. Okay. And also we also have, since they're both selected, we can go back to our scaling tool by hitting R, and we can select both and scale both at the same time. And then same thing with E to rotate. Okay. So that's our basic maze. We won't do a whole bunch with this right now. This is just an example. Control C, Control V. And we're going to rotate and hold the Control key to snap it to 90 degrees. W to move them. Okay, let's go right, Control C, Control V, move the set some more over here. And that's kind of good enough. Now you notice it's kind of grayed out. It's blah, it's too dark. So what we're gonna do is, that's where that lighting tab came in. So to get back to the lighting tab, you go to Window, and under Animation, Rendering, you're gonna go to Lighting Settings, and it kind of sticks it up here. What you do is grab the tab and pull it into an existing panel, makes things cleaner. You want to increase the intensity of the skybox, which is basically the dome that goes over the world. If you do this, it doesn't do anything, right? What you have to do is scroll down, 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 and look for Auto Generate. If you scroll back up, there's our controls for the skybox, okay? Okay, so now we need the code and the object to walk around this world, because if we hit play, Yahoo, we're stuck on the stage. We can't do anything, we can't move the mouse around or anything. So hit stop, and we're gonna go to a web browser, and we're gonna go to the asset store. Unity Asset Store, or if you just Google Unity Asset Store, it pulls you to the right folder. So basically you look for anything you want to find. Oops. So if you type in fish, there's a whole bunch of fish you can get. $14, what a rip-off. No, I'm sure it's wonderful. But if you go to free assets, it shows you more fish, right? So if you click that, just like Amazon, if I want this sardine, I'm just gonna add it to my assets. Okay, so it's already there. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna find, you want a first-person controller. It's not FPC, but it's actually FPS for first-person shooter. And there's a whole bunch of them. There's actually completed games, but these are the controllers you want. Okay, so this is the one we're gonna use, Simple FPS, or actually, I think I downloaded All-in-One. So use that one. So you can Google All-in-One. It's a nice slimmed down version. There's not a whole bunch of stuff to it. It's actually added, it's purchased, but it's free. It's perfect. So now if we go back to Window and we do Package Manager, God, I can't speak. So right now it's this weird window that says Unity Registry. I have no idea what that does. So I'm just gonna click this and go to My Assets. And we're gonna look for All-in-One, first person. And this little grayed out button, we're gonna click Import. And all this stuff, these are all the pieces of code required. And maybe some sample stuff, like this has walking sounds and whatnot. You're just gonna click Import. Okay, so in the projects folder, not the scene, but the projects, you're gonna see we just added first person, AYO package, whatever that means, but we know it's our first person package we just downloaded. If you expand that, you'll see some demo scene stuff. It probably has a building that you can play with. But below that is the first person object that we're gonna actually use for demo, and there it is, just sitting there. There's a lot of code that goes behind this if you try to make one from scratch as a beginner. So if you find this kind of stuff, it's great, grab it, use it. So I'm just gonna grab it where I want it to start and plop it right there on the scene. So let's just say right here. And it doesn't look like much, but this is what our game is gonna look like. If you go to game, you can actually see what it's looking at. It's looking at a wall, okay? Actually, if you, and I think we're done. We just go ahead and hit run. And there we go. Hit W for walk. And if you hold down shift, you're running. And you hit spacebar and you can jump. So you see how easy it is to get started, and you can actually export this to a Windows package and it looks even better. Okay, so next time, if you're interested, like this, and I can go ahead and build a village and have collisions and characters walking around and whatnot, I still know what people are interested in. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks.